Hello, and welcome to the Santaland podcast. I created it just for you. I'm your host, Tony Felice. In each episode, I'll read to you for 10 minutes, and then we'll talk about what we just heard. Like the cricket in my story, I'll guide you through a grown-up fairy tale, one that explores ideas of existence, identity, and the soul's journey through trauma, and the transformative power of love. By the end, you'll have heard my whole story, a sneak peek into the creative process of bringing a book to life. Maybe we'll read other books together. But for now, follow the wise cricket and discover the Santaland within yourself, a place of hope, connection, and peace that's already inside of you. This podcast is especially made for those like me who feel a little different and maybe talk about math at weddings or philosophy at funerals. And like me, maybe you have a loving husband, or a wife, or somebody else that loves you. If not, we're here to love you, because you're in good company, my dear friends, here in Santaland. Hello, and welcome back to the Santaland podcast. I am very grateful that you are here. We are up to chapter 41, which is a short chapter, so I invite you to stick around for the commentary afterwards while we talk about the cricket. Who is the cricket? So, without further ado, chapter 41, entitled Change is the Only Constant. Inside the barn, I sat in the middle of the room. I followed Tom in and watched him leave while I considered things. It was time for a change. Change must begin in order for wishes to be fulfilled. I could see his manuscript on the computer screen. I could also see a spark from David's soldering iron, left plugged in by a gardener. But no one would ever know that, because Tom was so forgetful. Remember the egg burning on the stove? It was time for me to get a move on, one last attempt to fix things before having to jet back home. I jumped 5 times across the slick concrete floor before the flames hit the ceiling. 2 more hops and I found the safety of the door jamb, under which I slipped easily, my coat of shiny black barely grazing the frame. About 333 hops remained before I could get to the main house door jamb. I passed giant blades of grass on flagstone, hopped over a dead beetle, R.I.P. friend, and a magnolia leaf. And then the stirring began. I could hear the alarms. A few more hops and I was on the stairs, and then under the jamb. The dog was barking from somewhere inside, and I had just enough time to skirt around the carpet and to the baseboard before the crush of feet. "My God, what's happening? What is it?" David said. Tom ran towards him, and David stopped him from going to the door. "It's too late, hon. They won't make it in time." By then, Tom could see through the glass next to the door, and it was horrible. The barn and the house burned all night long. The fire caught the washing line and spread to the house quickly. The wind, my goodness, there was so much wind. They ran for cover. Sirens were coming. David was mad at himself for thinking that it wouldn't have happened if Meredith hadn't come. But that's okay. It's understandable. They watched it all burn, and a wolf-shaped cloud coughed up the moon. Okay, so that was chapter 41. And did you see that coming? I didn't. Even when I wrote the book, I didn't see that coming. But I knew something was going to happen, something that was going to cause the ultimate shift to occur for poor Tom. And you might ask yourself why the cricket didn't intervene. That's a good question to ask. You might even ask, who is the cricket? And I'm not ready to reveal that just yet, but I will talk to you a little bit about the cricket and why he exists in the first place. Because the cricket is not just a character. It is vibration made manifest. It arrives not with fanfare, but with quiet knowing, like the soft buzz of awareness just before we awaken from a dream. In Santaland, the cricket represents the first contact between Tom and the frequency field where the portal can open. This unseen scaffolding of love, memory, and becoming that undergirds the entire world. What is the cricket's purpose, you might ask? The cricket's purpose is guidance, but not through instruction. Instead, it speaks in tone, rhythm, and suggestion, like intuition or déjà vu. It doesn't tell Tom what to think or do. It helps him remember what he already knows, but he's forgotten. What is its mission? What do you think? Its mission is to awaken, not just Tom, but you. The cricket, my little cricket, is a frequency field of wonder encoded in sound. The chirp that we overlook, but which, if we really listen to it, can become the key to unlocking Santaland itself. It exists to bridge the realities like a tuning fork that struck just once, but it still echoes through your heart. The mystery of the cricket is that it may not be a creature at all. Could it? Maybe it's love, dressed in a form gentle enough to enter the threshold of grief. Maybe it's Tom's mom. Maybe it might be part of his own soul, fractured by sorrow and returning like song. Or maybe it's you, dear listener, that part of you that dares to believe in something softer, something truer and more timeless. According to my theory, perception builds reality, and curiosity precedes perception. The cricket lives in a precise space where curiosity chirps and perception begins, like a string plucked in the symphony of Santaland's becoming. It is a frequency field, something I think that we all can find, and it's filled with love and imagination, and it's folded together like light in a prism. If you listen closely, not just with your ears but with your heart, you might realize that the cricket has always been with you. In moments of pause, in the night sounds that surround you when you're still, in the sudden burst of warmth when a memory returns, in the idea that gently wakes you at 3 o'clock in the morning. So what do you think about all that? In my theory of the Santaland frequency, it's a beacon that invites you. And there has to be a radio that plays a frequency, right? And perhaps the cricket is that radio. All will be revealed at the end of the book. So please stay tuned. And again, it's going to get a little rough for the next couple of chapters, and then it's going to become beautiful. Trust me. Thank you for hanging in there. It's only going to get better from here. Love you guys. Honestly, thank you for being here. Episodes come out weekly, and you can find this podcast, the Santaland podcast, on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Thanks and good night.